Good afternoon, everyone. Today, I want to tell you about a fear that I had when I was younger and how I finally overcome it. Well, let's start. When I was a child, I was really afraid of the dark, which made it difficult for me to sleep alone. Every night, a small light was left on my room because I believed that something scary could be hidden in the shadows. If I heard a strange noise, I immediately imagined the worst because of that fear. I never wanted to walk through a dark room by myself, and I always asked someone who was nervy to come with me. However, once one experience completely changed the way I thought about the dark. A few years ago, my family and I went camping in the mountains, which was a place where I had never spent the night before. During the day, everything was great. We hiked, played games, and enjoyed nature. I was having an amazing time, and I wasn't thinking about my fear at all. Then, just before dinner, I realized that I had left my flashlight near the lake where we had stopped earlier to take some pictures. By that time, it was already getting dark. Everyone else was busy preparing the food, so I decided to go back and get it by myself. Honestly, I didn't want to do it, but I knew nobody else could go. At first, I was walking very slowly because I was nervous. The forest was quiet, and every little sound seemed much louder than usual. The trees were being moved by the wind, and the strange noises were being made by insects and small animals. For a moment, I felt like something was following me. I almost turned around and ran back to the campsite. But then I stopped. I remembered something that my father had always told me. Some things or imagination is much scarier than reality. So instead of running away, I took a deep breath and kept walking. Little by little, I started looking around more carefully. I realized that the scary shadows were only trees, which were being lit with the moon, and the strange noises were just the wind and small animals. A few minutes later, I found my flashlight exactly where I had left it. Before I went back, I looked up at the sky, which was full of bright stars. It was one of the most beautiful sights that I had ever seen. At that moment, I understood that I had spent years being afraid of something that could also be peaceful and beautiful. When I returned to the campsite, I felt proud of myself because I had faced my fear instead of avoiding it. I was congratulated by my family, who were happy to see that I had become more confident. Since that day, I haven't been afraid of the dark in the same way. Of course, I still feel a little nervous in unfamiliar places at night, but I don't let my imagination control me anymore. The biggest lesson that I learned is that being brave doesn't mean you aren't afraid. It means facing your fears even when you feel scared. Sometimes our fears are created by our own imagination, and they can only be overcome when we decide to face them. Thanks, thanks you for listening.